ever YNAB for chiropractors. So we're going to use this category C, this 500K to 1 million mark, and we're going to use those percentages and those allocations. These are the TAPs. So first thing you're going to notice with YNAB is you're going to have to make a category group. There's going to be a bunch already made for you. Just delete all of them. Only going to be using profit first. So underneath that category group, you're going to make categories. So go ahead and hit that plus, new category. And that first category, you guessed it, profit is first. And what percent is profit at that 500K to 1 million mark? Well, let's just use 15%. Okay, we're going to take 15% profit. And we're going to add the next category. What's next? Owner's comp. And that looks like it's 20%. Okay, feel free to pause the video if you're already lost. Tax, we're going to allocate 15% to that. And then we are going to do the OPEX, and that is 50% because we got a really high overhead. This happens when you make a lot of money. Okay, I'm going to reorder these. You just drag them. We're going to make profit the first. So there we go. Taxes underneath owner's comp. Good, okay. All right, so now that we have the categories, these are the only categories you need, these four. So these represent these four accounts that you're familiar with. And then all of the money that comes in is going to be up here. So that's your income account. That's your real revenue account. We're not going to worry about cost of goods or anything like that. This is all we're going to worry about. So you're just going to link one or two accounts depending on how many business accounts you have. I don't have your information, so I'm just going to do an unlinked and just assume and maybe call it a business checking. Pick a random bank, and we're going to just say $1,000 to make it really easy numbers. Okay, you won't have to add the account balance because it'll just get imported in, which is really nice with the import feature. Okay, so now you'll see that we have your working balance here, and that money can be allocated and needs to be allocated in your budget. Okay, we know what the percentages are. So now we just got to do math. You can either do it on your own, or you can use the built-in calculator right here and just, you can, if you want to make it really easy, just copy whatever number is there, Command-C if you're on a Mac, or Control-C if you're on a PC, and you're just going to paste that number there if it's not round and easy to type, and just hit times whatever percent. So you can either do 0.15, or you can do times 15%, however you want to do it. Okay, let's paste again to make it really easy, or we can type out whatever number it is and do times whatever the percentage. So it's 20% for OPEX or owner's comp. Okay, and we're going to paste again, and we're going to do times 15%. So let's just do it that way. Oh, it didn't like that. So we're just going to have to do times 0.15. Let's just make it, keep doing it the way we're doing it. Okay, times 0.5 for 50%. And if we did it right, all of our money up here should be allocated, which it has. So on the 10th and the 25th, you're going to allocate all of that money to these percentages. Okay? And so you can either transfer all of this money to these individual accounts if you want. So now you know exactly how much you need. So 150 should be transferred to your profit account. If you want to do that. We're just going to do it this way. This is the most simple way to do it. Okay, so once you've linked this account, there's two things that are going to come in. There's going to be income and there's going to be expenses. Okay, so let's talk about expenses first. So I'm going to pretend like some transactions have come in. We are going to use QuickBooks, and it'll automatically categorize it once you're in it, but because it's an expense, you're going to know that it's going to be OPEX. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that now. The outflow is, how much is QuickBooks? I'm not sure, but it's at least $50 a month. So we're going to go ahead and save, and we're going to add another transaction. You don't have to do this again, by the way. EHR, again, it's an expense, so it's going to be OPEX. And outflow for that is like $250 a month for that. So we're going to save. That's automatically categorized as these. The only category you have to worry about when you're categorizing is OPEX. Okay, all the expenses are OPEX. Easy peasy. Go back to the budget. You'll notice that on your profit first category group, a total of $300 has been allocated. $300 to the OPEX. Okay, that's just for your information. You have $200 remaining for operating expenses. So you know that any expenses that come in, you still have $200 to allocate to that. If this was negative, you know that you're in trouble and you maybe need to steal from these accounts, which you shouldn't be doing anyways, but it gives you a good insight. So if this number gets really large, then you know that you're starting to get ahead. Okay, so the taxes, everything, you're pretty familiar with that. The other thing that you're going to notice, and as tax payments go out, you can take from this if you want, or you can just know that you have these for the end of the year. Okay. So for the other type of thing that's going to come into your account, it's going to be income. That's pretty easy. You already know what to do. Let's just say that this came from patient A or insurance A. That's going to go into the inflow. Obviously, it's in. Okay. Maybe we got 500 for that. Okay. All right, we got 500 coming in. Look at the budget. Oh, there's 500 coming in. Today's the 10th, so I'm going to allocate that money, and you just go through and do the same thing over and over again, and you know exactly where you are with your allocations. Easy peasy. You don't need any other accounts. The other thing that you might notice is as money comes out of your account, one expense, only expense, and it's not technically an expense, it's a transfer, is when that money goes to your personal account, that you know where that's getting allocated. That's getting allocated to your owner's compensation. Okay? Your profit's just going to sit in your main account. Your tax is going to sit into your main account. This right here, and you know how much to transfer because it's right here. 20% is 200. If this starts building up, as long as you're allocating things properly, you know how much you should be transferring to your personal account right here. And so as that happens, you're just this balance is gonna go down. So, say transaction payee is self and category is, again, owner's comp. And we're gonna take out $200. Save. Perfect. Go to your budget. $200, we have none that we have to transfer to our owners, our personal account. If you want to get fancy, you're going to connect your personal accounts too, and then you're going to take that 200 and start allocating it to all of these category groups below that. You don't need to do that. I do that, but this is the simple way of doing it. Let me know if you have any questions. Should be pretty straightforward.